Let's take a look at one of Kenley's most incendiary Instagram clips from a few weeks ago, and then we'll get into it with Kenley herself. Here we go.
I'm sick of hearing about the Project Runway deals. It's a fucking knife in the motherfucking wound they were all trying to heal from. Working 6 weeks side by side with Harvey Weinstein and Andy Cohen. And in my motherfucking opinion, Andy was a lot worse than working with Harvey.
I've been following you avidly.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm like, I could shout it out from the rooftops and I feel like no one's going to listen.
We are here for you. We will listen and we will promote. So that is a bold statement. Andy Cohen is worse than Harvey Weinstein. Please tell us why.
He was worse because, okay, so, I mean, if you follow the episodes and the reels, you'll understand why. I didn't really get to know the possessive Harvey Weinstein until All Stars, until 10 years after I did the Bravo season of Project Runway.
So what year was your Bravo season? When did you do that?
It was season 5, 2008. And Andy was on set every single day being a total fucking creep.
Now, to your post, you said that he was basically saying to the gay male contestants or the straight male contestants as well, like, hey, want to come in my office, do some blow, drop, trow, and I'll help your career?
Yeah. Yeah. He was shameless about it. I mean, and then I would see him out and it was like, he didn't separate workplace from out and partying. You know what I mean? It was just, it was a free-for-all for him with the gays. It was inappropriate beyond inappropriate.
Did any of your castmates ever complain behind the scenes about his behavior?
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of it was the sequestered gays too, because they had to, even when they were eliminated off the show, they still were sequestered.
They couldn't go home. They had to be sequestered by production so that nobody knew the outcome of the show.
Yeah, they had to follow us everywhere we would go. So they were with us the entire time. The full cast was with us.
I feel like that's a great band name, Sequestered Gays.
That says that. I love that.
Anyway, go on.
So, yeah, I mean, you just kind of, but I was too busy to really think about it or care. But I just know he was a total fucking creep and a predator.
You said that you would see him. There was out Andy, meaning out partying.
There was out partying
offset.
Andy, yes.
And then there was on set Andy.
There was on set Kenley, and there was out partying Kenley too. I mean,
sure.
So I just want to talk about the professional. I mean, even though,
Understood. Just for your purpose, you're saying that there really was no difference from I'm off the clock, Andy.
Yeah, there was right. That's how he works. I mean, he's there's just no lines, that he.
Did you feel it all?
Every line. He crossed every line. Let's just put it that way.
So what do you mean when you say he crossed every line? Are you talking in terms of abusive behavior?
And that's the thing. I can't really talk because it's not, when I saw Bethany and Nene come out about the reality reckoning and they did the podcast together, I reached out to them. I said, thank you guys so much for what you're doing. And I told them my entire story. And they said, well, can you come out and help us? And I said, no, it's not my story to tell. It happened to the gays, and they are very much pursuing legal action. But
they are.
Yes,
they are.
Yes, they are.
Do you know if it's a class action?
About it. It's the reality reckoning lawsuit. It was a public statement. They're not calling it a class action. It's actually Brian Friedman. And Mark Garagos. So it's a reality reckoning class action, but Project Runway was Garagos's office discovered that Project Runway had it way worse than anyone else.
Really?
And I brought that to their attention, and I got a lot of people to sign on. So, and tell their story to the attorneys. So they don't want to go public, and I respect that. It's a very traumatic experience when you're preyed upon by a fucking creepy Andrew Cohen. I love how you call him Andrew Cohen.
Yeah, I think he's a dangerous guy.
He is dangerous.
I think he's a dangerous guy. And I think he hates women.
And that's why I said it feels unfair to me that like Harvey Weinstein rots behind bars when you're literally looking at like someone who, to me, in my eyes, at the time on Bravo was worse to work with. Now, Harvey tormented me for 10 plus years.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
So after
he took a 5-year contract away from me that I had with E. I had my flight booked to California and everything. And to me, that was devastating. Like, I can't believe he could have done something so horrific.
You had a 5-year contract
with E to do corresponding work.
Really?
Yes.
And so did he take it away from you because you wouldn't sleep with him?
Because I needed to be, well, probably. Because I didn't go up to the hotel room. I think that was around 2012. It was from 2010 to 2000, all the way up until he was in prison, from 2010 to the 2000.
How do you know it was Harvey who did it?
I tried to take legal action with Gloria Allred in 2017. She wouldn't even take my phone call.
How do you know it was Harvey who did it, Kenley?
Because it was so fucking obvious. It was so fucking obvious. My agent at ICM was like, oh, well, Harvey needs you for, All-Stars and stuff. And I think it'd be probably better for you anyway. It's like, what's better about working for free for a fucking competition reality show than getting a 5-year fucking contract at E? What's better?
So here's something.
An excuse. They didn't want to. They wanted to cover their tracks, so they said, oh, well, Sharon Osbourne came in at the last minute and said, that's for my daughter, Kelly Osbourne. And I said, this is bullshit. I knew exactly what was going on. I knew exactly.
So you went back to All-Stars 10 years later?
So he took Fashion Police away in 2010 to be on standby.
Okay.
For his precious deal, his $200 million deal with Lifetime, to be a part of their spin-off deal. They were creating all types of spin-offs, but I didn't even really get a spin-off like I was told.
So you did what was called All-Stars?
I did All-Stars season 1 in 2012. That was it.
Okay, so this is one of the things I think is so interesting because a lot of people don't understand this who aren't in this world. They say, well, if it was so bad, why did you go back?
But
what you're saying is you're trying to get your big break in the door.
Yes.
And this guy
and I did.
is playing you.
Yes. And I did get my big break. I got other work and it wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen. He has this, and Mira Sorvino just came out. He did it to her for 20 years. And it's not just like, oh, that's a lie. It's not. Like, it's a real thing that Harvey Weinstein got his talent blacklisted. Anyone who wanted to do any other projects with his discovered talent was just never going to happen because he is possessive and he's a fucking creep and a predator. And he claims ownership of his talent. If we wanted to do anything else, it was just never. He owned Hollywood. Anything he said to anyone, they did. They said, okay, Harvey, whatever you say. They were afraid of him. And he did it to everyone.
It feels with Andrew Cohen, it's very similar.
He probably does that too.
He runs the board over at Bravo, and you have to be a housewife who pays fealty and is in his pocket.
That's it.
Or if you become an enemy, you are an enemy of the state forever, like Kathy Griffin, who said, hey, he offered me Coke twice backstage.
Yeah,
and Andy said, clutched his pearls. I would never.
Why is that so terrible? Everybody was doing Coke back then at the parties in New York. Everyone does Coke.
I think because it's a workplace issue. and the idea that Andy would be
he was probably
offering,
doing it at work too, but I mean, he
allegedly.
Allegedly. I mean, yeah, probably. He was in what we call Video Village. It was a small room with monitors right outside of our workroom. So he would just stare at us 24/7.
It's amazing he has the time to spend hours on your set.
Oh, thank you.
Shopping for boys.
Nobody wanted him there.
Like, I bet nobody wanted him there.
No one. He was trying hard to be an executive producer on that show. He loved Project Runway. He was a huge fan.
So all of this, your stories, I wanted to bring up, and I don't know how familiar, you are with Scandival. Yeah. But there was one of those cast members became the villain of that season. Her name she goes by Rachel now.
Yeah.
Raquel at the time, Rachel.
Right. Bethany had her big breakthrough podcast with her.
Yes, on the pod. And then so she was part of this Vanity Fair expose about the reality reckoning by Anna Peel. This is a story dated October 30th, 2023. Okay. Now, Rachel, after the reunion where she was abused on that set, and Andy let it happen. Yeah, her reputation went in the toilet.
I know he did his Barbara Walters.
So let me finish. I want your reaction. She entered inpatient mental health treatment on April 2nd, 2023, for 3 months, following a season on which her affair with a castmate known as Scandival became the show's central plotline, a national news story, despite Bravo's knowledge of Levis's residential care. Cohen subsequently declined to correct her castmates on multiple episodes of Watch What Happens Live when they said she was actually at a spa and implied she was faking her mental health issues. Cohen also repeatedly asked what guests thought about Levis and her mental health. Saturday Night Live star Chloe Fineman called her a, quote, filthy whore. Cohen laughed after the reunion. He speculated in a Variety interview that Levis had been, quote, very medicated at the taping. I mean, kettle pot, allegedly, during which her co-star Ariana Madix, whose ex-boyfriend Levis had the relationship with, told Levis, this made air, F yourself with an effing cheese grater, and Cohen did not intervene.
That was a total setup for failure. I know from experience. They went on a full smear campaign against me. They do that to people.
What did they do to you?
Well, my most recent reel that I posted, they had Tim Gunn and Craig Ferguson talk shit about me on a podcast, and I was nothing but lovely to these people. It was crazy. They needed a villain. When you need a villain, you will do anything. It doesn't matter. All of their morals, ethics, humanity just gets thrown out of the window. It's awful. They totally said, I watched the whole thing about Raquel and Tom. I watched the whole season. I watched the whole interview afterwards, and his little Barbara Walters dark one-on-one with her.
Andy's Barbara Walters one-on-one. Yeah. It's so funny. I think Andy's...
It's disgusting. I talk about that.
Yeah, no, his problem is he can't get out of the Bravo world. He so desperately wants legitimacy. And the rumor was when that empty chair was next to Kelly Ripa, he was gagging for it. Ugh. But what I find interesting about the Bravo machine is that, so I thought that Vanity Fair piece was pretty damning, and it talked as much as they could get about what goes on behind the scenes with producers and encouraging active alcoholism among cast members in order to make great TV. That the ruination of these people at their hands, be it, criminal activity, divorces, deaths, what have you, it becomes fodder. Bravo successfully spun that. And I would hear this on more than one Bravo fan podcast. Oh, big surprise, there's drinking on the set. Big surprise, they instigate confrontation. Big surprise. When it's actually, yeah.
We had it worse, though. I see when I hear about all of these housewives and Vanderpump, I'm like, they're living in their mansions. They have their freedom. They get their phone back at the end of the day.
Oh, you had your phone taken for the entire shoot?
No, nothing.
So you're cut off from the outside world. You have no outside support. You are Stockholm syndrome 100%.
Exactly. Exactly. It's devastating coming out of that. I can't even tell you how much damage it's done to people. I mean, I'm a strong woman, so I can be able to, life moves on, it happens, shit happens, but not
but
you know,
in your Instagram reels, like I sense like genuine, and even talking to you now, like you hold genuine rage for your experience.
Yeah. It's for other people too. I mean, obviously I can't talk about, what other people have gone through. But it's for other people. I mean, I had a full meltdown about my friend Chris March, who died alone in a hospital.
Oh, Chris March, he was a favorite. He was a fan favorite.
With no money. None. He died alone with no one. No one was there. Literally, I was on the phone with him while he died. Devastation beyond words.
Kenley,
makes me angry even talking, but that's who
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Can you for those who might not really understand the cost of doing reality TV.
Exactly.
Whether it's competitive or candid, can you say what it is you have to be willing to sacrifice?
You need to understand you're signing up for eternity of PTSD. That's why I said the new winner of this past season, that it got sold over to Hulu and Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. He said that he auditioned for 13 years, every year, 13 times. Wow. And I'm thinking, wow, if only he knew what he's aspiring to go do. Like, this is something that people are just dying to get into. They live their whole life to get on a competition reality show. It's the saddest thing in the world. And it can destroy any normal, mentally solid person. It really can. It's awful.
Well, you're really brave to be talking about it.
They picked a trans winner, and I'm thinking, and they're like, "Oh, you're so transphobic." Do you think Project Runway producers give a fuck about trans people? No, no. They give you psych tests to make sure they find what triggers you and what's going to make you crack. They want you to crack. They want to take your biggest weaknesses and make you crack and use them against you on the show. They write scripts for you. Not scripts, but tactics. They're writing tactics. There's a full clipboard of who's going home, who do we want to go home, and why, and how we're going to make sure they go home to make it look like it's a real reality show when it's not. I mean, you have plans.
Yeah.
Who wins and who doesn't win, and who's going to be the finals and things like that.
Yeah, that's always been the line,
produced.
But nobody will ever really come out and talk about it. They hire shrinks.
Yeah, like Raquel
for malevolent purposes.
They set her up big time. Raquel on the Sandoval. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they set her up. It was clear as day. It's clear.
Yeah, no, you could tell she's sort of a very childlike, simple person. She's not. You're not dealing with a genius. No offense,
right?
Who just wants to be loved.
And was an ex-beauty pageant and is just trying to get on, get her face out there to Hollywood. Yeah. So
Kenley, have you've been, thank you for coming on The Nerve and giving us your first interview. I saw in your reels that you spoke about the 80-page NDA you had to
It was a lot more than 80 pages.
How many pages do you think it was? Like that thick? She's making the sign. If you're listening, it's a book size. An inch thick NDA.
Nobody's gonna read that.
Right. But
that's
but
the
now
thing. And it says Harvey Weinstein, the Weinstein Company can sue you for $100 million. It says.
Oh, really?
If you talk about the show.
100 million.
So how about that? Who's suing me for $100 million? Here I am talking about the show. What are you gonna fucking do about it? Let's go. I
love it. Yes, let's go.
My attorneys are waiting. Let's go.
Let's go. As the season changes to colder weather, blood pressure tends to rise due to the narrowing of blood vessels, increased salt cravings, and less physical activity. But here is the good news. You have the power to take control with 120 Life. 120 Life is a blend of great tasting super fruit juices that can actually help lower your blood pressure naturally. It is trusted by over 1,000 health professionals and used by people just like you who have seen real measurable results. You can try it yourself risk-free with their 2-week trial. Just go to 120life.com and use code NERVE. That's NERVE to save 15%. And you can track your progress with a simple blood pressure monitor. Watch your numbers drop and feel the difference. Plus, it's completely risk-free. If you don't see lower numbers in 2 weeks, you get your money back. So you have nothing to lose but those high blood pressure numbers. Go to 120life.com. That's 120life.com. And remember to use code NERVE to save 15%. This is serious. This is your life we're talking about. 120 Life can help. Don't wait. Take control of your health today.